I'd like to talk to you today about Great Lent, Metzbach in Armenian, about this wonderful spiritual journey, season of fasting. And I would like to start with a story from the Bible. People came to Jesus one day and they asked him a question. They said, see, the Pharisees are fasting, disciples of John the Baptist are fasting, but your disciples are not. And Jesus answered them and he said, have you seen a wedding where the guests of the wedding are fasting while the bridegroom is with them? But there'll come a day when the bridegroom will not be with them anymore, and then they'll be fasting. And that day came for us this week, my dear brothers and sisters, for fasting, to be with the bridegroom again. And we started this season last Sunday with the celebration of Pun Paregentam. It is actually last Sunday before we start Great Lent. Pun Paregentam in Armenian means good and kind living, good and kind life. And it symbolizes the life of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, where they enjoyed the presence of the Lord, beautiful and wonderful life with the Lord before they were exiled. And the next day, the following day, is already Great Lent. We are on a journey of Great Lent. But before we go deeper, we need to ask ourselves a very important question. Why do I need to do this? What is the importance of Great Lent today for me? What is the importance of fasting today for my spiritual life? See, many people are fasting because of their faith, because of their faith tradition, because of their religion. But if you think about it, it is not only theology, not only faith tradition, but it lays deep in our nature, in our physical nature. See, sometimes when you go to the doctor, they'll put you on a diet. They'll ask you not to have this or that product, not to eat this or that product. Sometimes animals, when they eat something wrong 2 or 3 days after that, they won't eat anything to let their physical nature to recover. And people understood many years ago they need this fasting in their spiritual life too. They need to stop at some point in their life from whatever they are doing every day and to think about their life, to reflect on their life, and maybe make some changes in their life. And they understood that if you really want this change in your life, if you really desire something, ask something from the Lord, they would pray about it. They would go on a pilgrimage for that, and they would be fasting for it. And all of this fasting and reflection would bring them to a new level of spiritual reality, new level of faith, new level of believing. All of this is one step forward, closer to the Lord. One step forward, getting to know Lord in your life, getting to know Christ in your life. And all of us, we want that one step closer. And all of us, we want that one step forward. And fasting could be really helpful for you on that journey. See, everybody likes running. We see many people running on the streets every day. But if you want to be a champion, you need to work harder than everybody else. You need to practice every day, training every day, that one day you will be a champion. The award of our championship, of our marathon, is the Lord Himself, to strengthen our connection, our personal connection with Christ in our life, to get to know Christ in our life, His cross and resurrection in our life. St. Augustine says, everything that I do every day, fasting and prayer, is not for praises and glory to receive from others, but to have you in my life, my Lord, to have Christ in my life. Some of you may be asking now, well, how can food have an impact on my spiritual life? Does it really matter what I eat every day? See, we are created as spiritual and physical creature. We have spiritual body and we have physical body. And they are always connected. They are never separated until the death separates them. But they are always connected. And if something has an impact on my body, it has an impact on our spiritual body too. And if something has an impact on our spiritual body, it reflects on our physical body too, because they are always connected. And fasting is this motive that every time when you have food for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, it'll remind you about a purpose, why you are doing this. You're not doing this for food, but you are doing this for God, to have Christ in your life, for your personal relationship and connection with Christ. The Lord is calling all of us today, return to me with prayer and fasting. I encourage all of us today to return to Him with prayer and fasting. Amen.